Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 7.4 Notes Video 2. We are on the back side of these notes. So hopefully you have already watched that first video. If not, shame on you. We're talking about factoring polynomials by using the GCF, okay? And the key thing to remember, factoring is the opposite of distributing. And when you distribute something, distributing is what? Distributing is multiplication. So what's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite of multiplication is division. Good, division. Okay. So when we're writing our answer, okay, our answer, that means that we have to write it as distribution. Okay, so our final answer will look like something that we just solved in the last section. Okay, so it's pretty much we're doing backward steps now. Okay, so it even says it right here on your sheet that factoring is the opposite of distributing. So 3 steps. Step 1, we got to find the GCF of all the terms. Okay, step 2 says we need to divide each term by the GCF. And you got to remember to subtract exponents when dividing variables. Okay, and then step 3 is to write your answer as the product of the GCF and the remainders in parentheses. You'd be like, whoa, that sounds really weird. It's okay, we'll get through this. So the directions say to factor the following polynomials by using the GCF. Remember that you can check your answers by distributing. So what they said is the first thing that we need to do is we need to find the GCF. Okay? So let's find the GCF. Now, if you still need to, write down, well, 15 and 30. Okay? If you still need to do that, please do it because you want to make sure to get the greatest common factor. Okay, so there, all of our numbers, and the GCF is 15. Now, do they have any variables in common? This time they don't. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite this. I'm going to move this guy right here. So, step 2. Yay, we did step 1. Okay, step 2 says that we need to divide each term by the GCF. Okay, so my GCF was 15. Okay, we need to see this step. Okay, so we are dividing by 15. Okay, and now 3, our answer is the GCF with the remainder in parentheses. Okay, so automatically my GCF comes out front, and now we're going to divide. So the first thing we're going to divide is 15x divided by 15. Well, 15x divided by 15 is 1x. Okay. Now I have a plus sign, so my plus sign's going to come down. And then I have 30 divided by 15? Well, 30 divided by 15 is 2, and then we're left with the y. So if you take a look at this, now I'm just going to write it all in black, that here is our GCF, and this is the remainder. I'd be like, well, Mr. Grice, I just don't know if I got it right. Well, if you don't know that you got it right, take your answer and distribute. 15 times x is 15x. 15 times 2 is 30y. What did we get here? The same thing. Good. That's what you should have gotten. So your final answer is 15 parentheses 1x plus 2y. Okay? Now, the key thing is we started with the binomial. So that tells me that when I divide, my remainder will be a binomial. Okay? That still stays there. All right, let's look at 13. So 13, step 1 says that I need to find the GCF. So the GCF of 14 and 7, and if you guys seriously do this, 1 and 14, 2 and 7. 7 is 1 and 7. Always make sure that you're getting the right number. Okay? So my GCF is 7, but it's not just 7 because what do they both have? Guys, they both have x's. So don't forget the x's. Hold on real quick. Okay, so they both have x's, but what's the smallest amount? The smallest exponent is the 1. Okay, so your final answer has the GCF out front, and now we're going to figure out what the remainder is. Okay, so 14 divided by 7 is 2. And now we subtract the exponents. x3 divided by, or subtracted from x1 gives us x squared. We have a subtraction sign in the middle. And now what's negative 7x divided by 7x? You can't be like, oh, they cancel, woohoo! No. What's left over? Well, 7 divided by 7 and x divided by x is 1. Okay, remember, we need that term there. Because when you do your check, you have to get the exact same thing. And if you had a 0 there, you wouldn't get that negative 7x, okay? So do the check to check your work, okay? All right, let's move on down. Number 14. So, oh, I'm sorry. And the other thing that I gotta find out where I'm at right here. You should be writing, oh, your GCF is 15. Over here, our GCF was 7x. Write that down, guys. Okay. So for 14, our GCF, what is it? 8 is 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 6 is 1 and 6, 2 and 3. So our GCF is 2. And now look at the A's. A to the first and B to the first. Because we're looking at the smallest exponent between those two. Okay? So now when we divide, we're dividing by 2AB to both sides. Your final answer, the GCF, comes out front. We have a plus sign in between. Okay, 8 divided by 2 is 4. A squared divided by A is A. And then our B's, those cancel out. Okay, and now 6 divided by 2 is 3. The A's cancel, and B squared divided by B is B. Okay, so just remember that your answer has the GCF and then whatever the remainder is from when you divide. Okay? All right, let's look at 15. So we need to figure out what is the GCF. The GCF of 3 and 18 is 3. And then now look at your M's. They both have an M. The lowest exponent is 1. And then your N's. Okay, the N's, the lowest exponent is 3. Okay, so we're going to divide both of those by 3mn cubed. My GCF automatically goes out front. It doesn't disappear. And then we need to figure out what we got left. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is 1. M squared. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry about that breaking announcement. Anyways, m squared divided by m is just m. And then n to the 5th divided by n cubed. Remember, we subtract, and that's where we get n squared from. Okay? Now, 18 divided by 3 is 6. M divided by m, well, those cancel. And n cubed divided by n cubed, those cancel. So then our final answer is 3mn cubed times mn squared plus 6. Okay? Remember, the GCF is out front, and then the remainder is in the parentheses. All right. 16. Remember, the first thing we always want to do is get the GCF. So the GCF of 5, 10, and 20 is what? Okay, hopefully you're getting 5. And now what about variables? Do they all have variables? No, they don't. So if they all do not have variables, the GCF is just the number. So the GCF comes out front. And now let's divide. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so we have 1x squared, or just 1. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Don't forget about that x. And then negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. And that's all we can do with that problem for now. Okay? All right, let's look at 17. Oops. I jumped to your homework. All right, 17. Why don't you guys see if you can find out what the GCF is? Go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, for this one, you should have gotten your GCF is 2n. And remember, guys, if you need to go off to the side and do all the factoring right here, please do it so you get it right. 1 and 6, 2 and 3. and if you find out the greatest number they all have in common is 2, okay? And it's n because the lowest one is n to the first, okay? So I'm going to divide everything by 2n. So my GCF comes out front, and then we divide. 4 divided by 2 is 2, n cubed minus n gives us n squared. 18 divided by 2 is 9, and n squared divided by n is just n. And then 6n divided by 2n gives us 3, okay? So there we go. Any questions on that? How do you guys feel? I know that we're going over a lot of information right now. So if you're having trouble with this, you gotta let us know, okay? Now, if you want to try 18 and 19, please pause the video right now and try it out. Okay, and there are the answers. Now, if you have any questions on that or anything else that we've covered in the past 2 videos, you gotta come find us. All right, we'd love to help you out. Now, your homework is the bottom right here, okay? If you have any questions, please come find us. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra Unit 7.1 Notes, Day 1. Thanks for watching.